You can just put that on the floor anywhere.
All right. Boy, the saying "it's a small world" is all too true here, huh?
Oh man, I can't believe how these kids can even act when they're small, let alone learn anything.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine I was ever this small. And then I was staring out these same windows 27 years ago. Dude, I can't believe you got a job here.
Have some faith, will you, Bill? I'm a great teacher.
No, I mean here at my old grade school.
You know, I don't think my alma mater would ever hire me. Oh, the real terror of grade school.
You know, it even smells the same.
Really?
Yeah. Combination of milk, paste, and mimeograph papers. You remember those?
Dude!
Yeah. Woo, I used to get high off of these things.
Goodbye, Mrs. Smith. Thank you for taking maternity leave in the middle of the school year when I needed a job.
I remember this one girl, Mary Ann Blodgett, sat in the back row there. Smelled like formaldehyde or something.
What, was her dad a mortician?
No, her mom worked at a cleaning store, and she used to go with her before school. But we used to come up with some great stories about her dad being a mad scientist down in the basement like a Frankenstein or something.
There comes Mr. Novak. You know, it's really bad when you got to make your own welcome sign, huh, Bill? Are you okay?
It's still here. Can't believe they haven't replaced it yet.
What, did you carve your initials in the radiator? You delinquent, you.
No. Bobby Heaver bent it. Look, it's still pulled up from the floor a little bit. 27 years ago, and they still haven't fixed it yet?
Well, I'm sure if it would have caused a problem, they would have fixed it by now. Bobby's off the hook. Hey, you want to help me hang some posters?
He hung himself.
Excuse me?
Bobby hung himself. I guess he is off the hook.
You mean a fifth grader hung himself from that radiator in this room? I just don't get it.
No, 2 years ago. Bobby hung himself 2 years ago. My mom read about it in the paper and called me. 2 years ago. You know, if kids in your class are being mean to each other, I mean, they're picking on each other. Do you stop them? Do you really care enough to stop them, or do you just sit there and let it happen? Do you do anything? Tell me you do something.
Well, it depends on the situation. I mean, if I stop it and I try to help them.
I'm trying.
What's going on, Bill?
27 years ago, my buddies and me, we tied Bobby Heaver to this radiator.
Kids do stuff like that to kids all the time.
No, we weren't playing cowboys and Indians or cops and robbers, Glen. We tied him to the radiator because he was small and skinny and he talked funny. So we decided that wasn't cool. And we let him know. I let him know. Every day at school, I reminded him that he was different, that he was weird. I don't know why I did it. I guess I just made me feel real tough or real big. That just makes me feel sick.
Hey, Bill.
You know, back then we used the word homo. Homo. I didn't even know what that word meant. I just knew that he was different. Homo Heaver is what I call him. Back then, Homo Heaver. That's what we chanted as we walked through the door in front of a line of us that were standing in front of the school door. It was horrible. I can't even imagine how he dreaded coming to school.
What happened the day you tied him to the radiator?
and we decided that we had to figure out for ourselves if Bobby was a real boy. I brought a rope from the garage, and I grabbed Bobby by his feet, and Doug and Andy each took an arm and gagged him, and we carried him in, and we tied him to that radiator one day before class. And then I dropped his pants, and I left him tied there where the whole class could see him and laugh at him. And when the bell rang, of course, we all came running in, and Bobby had struggled so hard that his ankles were bleeding, and the bottom of the radiator had lifted up some from the floor. He didn't cry. I remember looking at him and mad at him and almost afraid of him because he wouldn't cry. He wouldn't do it. He would not give in.
What happened?
The teacher sent Bobby to the nurse and sent us to the principal's office. We got 3 days of detention. My mom grounded me. That was not punishment enough. I ruined his life. Bobby was never the same after that. When I heard that he killed himself, I figured that he couldn't bear not fitting in anymore. You know, people call me a nice guy. I'm not. I feel like I killed him. Man, I really feel like I murdered someone.
You've been carrying this around for a long time, Bill.
7 years. Hey, Glen, I'm sorry. Here I am ruining the best thing that's happened to you this year.
Okay. Really? I'm glad I was here. I'm glad you told me. Listen, I've got to run to the office and get some stuff. You want to go with? Or?
No. Unless you need me, I like to wait here.
I'll be back.
Sorry. Heaver, I'm so sorry.